This should just be a short little video on how to actually implement this health bar in your games. Um, so all I've done right now is I've taken the health bar that I made in the tutorial and I've added it to an old project of mine to demonstrate implementing it. If we run this scene right now, you can just see it's the exact same thing that we had in the tutorial, where you click the button, the health decreases, and goes back up to 100 after you reach 0. So now that we're no longer testing the health bar and we actually have it functional, we can break it off from the canvas layer because the canvas layer was just here for testing. So to do that, progress bar, you right click and then click save branch as a scene and just name this health bar or something along those lines. And in this new scene, just rename this health bar 2 to indicate that it is a health bar. And for convenience, we can just move this bar. We can center it at 0, 0. So just go to rect and make the position 0, 0. And now that we're no longer testing anymore in this script, you can actually just delete this bottom part on button pressed because that was only for testing. And now we're actually going to be implementing it into a game. So you can ignore this scene. You can actually just delete it because we won't be using that anymore. We'll only be using this scene that we've extracted from the other one. So what you're going to want to do first is you're going to want to find the object that you want to add this health bar to. So in my case, it's this test dummy right here. I wanted to add a health bar to show the damage that the player actually does to the, what the hell is this? Player does to the dummy when it hits it with a bullet or something. So basically just open up the scene. Here's the test dummy scene. And add an instance of the health bar using this chain icon or something. And just click your health bar scene. And it should be added right here. This is a bit too large for our character, but it's alright. We can just resize it. Be sure not to click on these dots because it'll just adjust the size of the top rectangle but not the bottom one. In order to actually resize it, I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but you could just go to rect and then change the scale of the whole entire scene. So let's 0.2, a bit too small on the Y. Let's make this 0.4 and then maybe make the Y 0.1. That looks about right. It's just test, doesn't have to be perfect. And there we go, the health bar is here, but we actually haven't done anything in code to reflect the health on this bar. So if I show you now, just running the code, you'll see that even if I hit the enemies, the health bar doesn't change. In order for that to happen, you're going to want to open the script attached to your character. And in this script, if you don't already have a damage function, I'd create one. Um, as you saw before, I'll show it again. Um, what the damage function does right now is all it does is it just plays a hit effect, which makes the enemy blink white. It'll load. See that it's just blinking white. What we're gonna want to do is to have the health decrease and then update the health bar. So I actually don't have a health variable in this scene right now, so I'll just add it real quick. So I like to have a max HP variable and an HP variable. And just initialize HP as max HP. And then when the character is hit, what you're going to want to do is decrease the health by the amount of damage done. And to actually update that in your health bar, or in the health bar, you're just going to want to access this health bar node. So $health bar, because this node is named health bar, but let's say it was named something else like A, then this would no longer reference this node and you'd have to do $A. But since it's named health bar, we can just do $health bar. And then we call the function that we wrote inside of it called set bar value. So health bar dot set bar value, and then pass in the HP. But as you'll see in a second, this is actually not going to work just yet because of something we haven't done yet. Actually, I forgot to save, so now you should see something buggy with the bar. See, it automatically goes down to very low, and that's happening because our health bar is actually, close this, it's actually max value is out of 100. The max value is actually out of 100. So any value we pass in, or the value we passed in, which was 10, it'll make the health bar look like this. So what we actually want to do is to take the value that we want to appear on the health bar, so let's say 10 out of 10, and scale that up to out of 100. So in order to do that, simple math, we do HP divided by max HP times 100 to scale this fraction up to 100. But this actually still won't work because this is integer division and it'll just round to 0. So to fix this, we do times 1.0 divided by max HP. And now remembering to save, or else it won't actually reflect when we play. This should work for those. Yep. And there we have it. Health bar implemented in game.